I'm the voice in your speakers, break it down with no filter. Blue and gold in my veins, Ram gang through the winter. Victory or heartbreak, I don't hide, I let it show. If the pass rush weak, I point it out on the flow. Stafford drop back, I'm analyzing every read. Talk discipline, stats, every play that we need. Celebrate the win, still hold them to the scheme. Cause honesty the standard when you speak for the team. From McVay to the trenches, I discuss it with pride. Call out effort on the field, every tackle, every stride. No cap in these takes, I keep the breakdown bold. Even if it's fourth quarter and the game went cold, I respect every player when they fight for that goal. But you gon' hear the truth every time I'm on the roll. I ride for the horns, never fake for the show. Cause the fans deserve real, that's the only way I go.
Tune in when I run it back, every highlight I expose. Passion in the play call, energy in every post. Win or lose, I keep it real, everybody gonna know. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the service show. Tune in when I run it back, every highlight I expose. Passion in the play call, energy in every post. Win or lose, I keep it real, everybody gonna know. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the service show.
First and 20, Darnold zips one and it's his third interception. Kitchens with his second of the day. Cameron Kitchens back to the 26.
What's going on, Ramily? It's the day right after we beat Detroit. Unfortunately, we lost Davante Adams towards the end of the game. Now, let me get to that first before I get to the game. My personal opinion, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that has this opinion, but just rest him for Thursday. Don't even bother playing him on Thursday. Let him rest up. Let him get better. We're going to need him in the playoffs. You know, we've already clinched our spot. So whether we finish at first or whether we finish in the wild card, regardless, I think it's best that we just, you know, we let him rest. He deserves that rest. Let the man get the rest, because, like I said, we're going to need him for the rest of the playoffs. In the meantime, of course, we got some guys, you know, that can. Of course, we got Puka Nacua. Of course, we got Tutu Atwell back, Jordan Whittington. You know, Kanata Mumfield. You know, so we got guys obviously, and then we got our tight ends in Davis Allen, Parkinson, and Ferguson. So I think we're going to be okay. I think we still have the capabilities of beating Seattle, but I'll get to that after. To yesterday's game, it's like I said last week. You know, for some reason the Rams defense just doesn't like to show up in the first half. You know, I think they like to fill the game out, and of course, as usual, you know, Chris Shula does a great job of just, you know, he does a great job of making adjustments after halftime, you know, and obviously, you know, halftime was when we start to see a different performance, you know, outside of, you know, a couple of games here and there, you know, most notably the Eagles game where, you know, we just allowed Philadelphia to come back and beat us in the second half of that game. But for the most part, you know, he usually has these guys ready to go in the second half, and he usually makes all the necessary adjustments that he needs to make in order for this team to make a stand. And again, yesterday was a prime example of that. You know, when he allowed the defense had allowed one late touchdown in the fourth quarter and a field goal, and that was about it. You know, as opposed to allowing Detroit to score 24 points on them, you know. What needs to be done is we got to do a better job in the secondary of just, and of course, you know, we're missing a couple of guys. You know, Witherspoon was out again yesterday, and of course Quentin Lake is out as well, and he's been out. So I think those are two very important pieces to the back end of our secondary, and especially when Lake returns, I think that's going to be a huge addition and a huge help when he returns. But we got to do a better job of not allowing explosive plays. And again, I get it. This is Detroit, and we got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, and those two guys are very explosive. You know what I mean? And we did what we were supposed to do. We scored more points than they did. We obviously won the football game, and I know there's some controversy behind that Parkinson touchdown. I missed the play, so I didn't get to hear what the reason why they called that a touchdown was. So I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue or debate that part of it. The only thing I can honestly say is that if the referees reviewed that play, right? If New York reviewed that play and they confirmed that it was a touchdown, then obviously there's a reason they called it a touchdown, right? But for the most part, again, outside of the 24 points that Detroit scored in the first half, they didn't score but 10 points in the second half, and we just stormed back after only scoring 17 points in the first half and just completely, put up 40 on them in total. So it was a great win for us yesterday. It was needed because the last thing you want to do is finish outside of the wild card or not even have the possibility, because that could have very well happened if we would have lost that game yesterday. And the possibility of and the upcoming game this Thursday against Seattle, which I'll get into right now in a minute. But it's a much-needed win that we needed, especially against this Detroit team who has beaten us the last couple of times that we've played them. So, much-needed win. Obviously, Stafford still, in my opinion, is, again, I'm not saying this because I'm a Rams fan, but he's clearly the leading candidate to be the MVP. Look at the position he has the Rams in right now in the NFC West, and just in the NFC in general, period. Without Stafford, I don't know if this team is where they are, but great second half performance by this team yesterday. Started off slow, which we can't afford to do this coming week against Seattle. And as we head into Seattle this Thursday night, one thing we got to do is we got to smack them in the mouth right out the gate. We got to smack them in the mouth, show them, and we have to show these guys. We have to show these guys that, that this is our division. I'm going to get into something that Kyren Williams said that I didn't like. I did not like something that he said, and I'm going to get to that after I break down Seattle. We have to have a much better performance against Seattle this time around than we did the last time around. We left a lot of points on the board against Seattle, and we should have blown out Seattle the first time we played them. That clearly did not happen. We have to do a better job. As many turnovers as we forced against Seattle, we did not take advantage of those turnovers, and we settled for field goals. We got to do a better job of getting the ball in the end zone. And I understand that that's a great defense that we're playing against, and that's a great team that we're playing against. And I'm not taking anything away from that. But the thing is, we're capable of beating great football teams, and we've proven it. And teams with good to great defenses, we've done it. We got to do a better job against Seattle this Thursday. Whatever team is out on the field first, whether it's our offense or whether it's our defense, we need to start we need to set the tone for the rest of the game. And we need to do our job, and we need to do our part. So, do I think we could beat Seattle? 100%. Do I think we'll beat Seattle? Yeah. Now, let me get into something Kyren Williams said that I did not like. Not one bit. You cannot, as an athlete, you cannot say that we are unstoppable. Whether it's fans that say it is one thing. Whether it's the media saying it, it's another. As a player, I don't like that he said that. That the Rams can't be beat. We can be beat at any time. And when you make a statement like that, you better go out on the field and you better back it up. You got to back it up. Don't make statements like that and then you don't bother to back it up. And then we lose, and then we go back to looking at those comments that you made. I really wish that Kyren Williams would never have said those words. He's young, and I get it. He has confidence in this team, and I get it. We all do. This is our team for a reason. But those are things you cannot say. You cannot say those things. Because now you put a target on your back. And now every team that's heading into the playoffs hears those words, sees those words when they read them. Oh, okay. So you have to watch what you say. I get he's young and he has the confidence in his ability and this team's abilities. But like the great Kobe Bryant said, the job isn't done. The job's not done. And it's not. When the job is done, you do all the talking in the world. Job's not done. So, all right, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Share this with your people. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Until Rams house. Let's go Rams.